Happy Big Brother Day, everybody. The premiere just ended, and here's a good recap for you. What's up, everybody? This is Chris from Big Brother Roundup here with the premiere of the new season of Big Brother. It has begun. The madness has begun. The chaos, the paranoia has begun. This was an awesome episode to start the night off with. We got 8 new house guests. Nope, not 16, just the 8 of who will be competing in this game. So right here are your first eight members of the house. You have Amber, Nicole, Paola, Joey, Donny, Devin, Cody, and Frankie. Now, that's just to start things off. Tomorrow's episode will have, or tonight, depending on when this shows up online, will be the second 8 in the house, which is Christine, Jocasta, Victoria, Brittany, Caleb, Hayden, Zach, and obviously someone's forgettable already. Shoot. I should know this. Caleb? Oh, Derek. How did I freaking forget Derek? He's on my top of my list. It's been a long night. I'm still reeling from the awesomeness of this last episode. But, yeah, those are going to be the 8 that you see tomorrow. But we're going to just talk about the 8 that we start tonight. So, they entered into the house, got to pick their rooms, they got their pretty much take. We got to see the air room. I don't remember actually seeing that in the preview, so we got to actually see what is the air theme room, which is pretty cool. So they pick their beds, going out there, toast, introduce each other. Obviously, Frankie already knows that Paola may know who he is. He's even mentioned they run in the same circles. She's a DJ in New York City where Frankie lives. So expect that within this first week, something to come out between Paola and Frankie. People are already hitting on each other. Obviously, Paola went right after Cody. Frankie wants a piece of Cody, but I don't think he's going to get any. Joey is all over Frankie. And Devin's 10 is actually Joey. That was actually a surprise to me. That he thinks that Joey is a 10. Now, not saying that Joey isn't a pretty girl or anything. She really is. But it's funny seeing this big, bulky, strong man going after saying that Joey is a 10, which is freaking awesome. I love it. Already getting into the house, they did the whole fake, oh my god, I found my key thing. And obviously they were all unbelievable. And of course Donny's comes on. It's funny, he's chopping the things, and then he's supposed to find his key in the bush, and he looks down and goes, am I supposed to acknowledge that? Basically, he basically made it known that, okay, this is all BS. I know that's there. I know I'm supposed to act like I'm surprised. Is this the time where I'm supposed to do that? So, I already love Donny. Donny's at the top of my list of one of my favorite house guests so far. So, when Julie reveals to them that they were the first 8 in the house, and that the next 8 won't be moving into later, kind of. They really didn't reveal that, but that's what was expected. They automatically were like, let's be an 8 alliance. The Crazy 8s is what they call it. So that's what the first one called. Just the 8 of them who were first in the house are going to try to stick together. But of course, as soon as they break off there, of course, the side alliances start. The girls, Paola, Nicole, Amber, and Joey automatically decide that they want to have an all-girls alliance, just like they've been talking. They call it El Cuatro, which, first off, CBS has been spelling it because they've been spelling it the hashtag LCUATRO. No, that's not how you spell it. It's QUATRO or something like that. But it's not a C. Secondly, honey, it's La Cuatro. or la quatre, even with that, because you are the girls. This is the feminine side of things. Anyway, this El Cuatro alliance of women is the first side, one of the first side alliances we see. The second is an unexpected one between Devin and Donny together. That's actually a pretty interesting one, to say the least. An odd choice there, but hey, it could be pretty cool. Devin doesn't really look that interesting. Like, it didn't really see much from him. He could be a little bit, I guess he's probably going to be a little bit boring, unfortunately. But I think being paired off with Donny will bring more out of him, which is pretty good. And at the same time, Donny will be able to, Devin will be able to pull Donny back if he goes a little bit too hick on us. Try to put it that way. But they are the alliance. Now, the biggest problem I have, and saw blow up on Twitter, is when Donny actually admitted to Devin saying that he's seen every single episode of every single season. You don't admit that you're a super fan. The reason is, if you admit that you're a super fan, they know that you are a threat because you know more about this game than anyone, especially with the recruits we have this year. There are more recruits than there are fans of the show. So he's painted a little bit of target on his back. Hopefully Devin holds up his word and decides to keep that little tidbit a secret, because he knows he can trust Donny, and Donny knows how to play the game and play the game hard. So it can go either way. It just depends on where Devin's loyalties lie. So then they announced that it's time for the HOH. Julie also announced that this year the HOH isn't necessarily safe, and she left it at that going into the HOH competition, which got people's mind drawn of whether or not they really do want the HOH or not. Surprisingly, we had more people talking about how much they want to win it this year instead of throwing it this year, which is kind of weird because normally the number one rule one of the first rules of Big Brother is throw the first HOH competition. Oh well. Anyway, so we have. It's basically, it's a sandcastle, go fly a kite, they call it, which is similar to last year's Bull in a China Shop, where the house guests are on these spinning barrels that are spinning. They have to hold up a kite that has that is above a sandcastle. If they fall off or they let go of the rope, the sandcastle falls, crushes their castle, and they are out. So the competition starts. Automatically, the top two that are looking to win are probably going to be Frankie and Cody. Cody's strong. Cody's a soccer player, so his footwork is really good. And then you also have Frankie, who's a dancer. Last year, Gina Marie won this. She is a dancer. She was a beast at this competition. So Frankie can do the same too. Though everyone seemed to be struggling the whole time. Paola was out almost instantly. She was the first out, followed by Joey, and then followed by Nicole. Well, there goes that El Cuatro idea when the first three people out are the women. Then they start the sunscreen that they start pouring on to make it messy, to make them slippery, and down, and then they reverse it. Yes, they start reversing it, and that's the hard part, is when you're running forward and trying to stay up. Donny's out next, followed quickly by Devin, which was a surprise by a lot of people because he's a strong guy. And then Cody falls. That was a shock to a lot of people that Cody didn't win. Third place even. So then you have Frankie versus Amber. Both three want to win it. And then you see in Amber's dining room that she decides to throw it. Which is, again, great thing. You don't want to paint a target on your back easy. She made it way too obvious she threw it. Like, she didn't oh god, and then slip off and fall and make it dramatic and actually make it, believable that maybe she just lost on her own accord. No, she literally just goes, I'm done. And just basically throws the rope, lets it fall, and then just steps off. And I'm like, that only really happens if you're making a deal, not if you're throwing it, honey. She's going to have a big target on her back. I think if the house guests realize that she threw the competition, she would have won. And I think the next 8, when they find out that Frankie got it and they keep up with the charade that Frankie was a fluke, they're going to ask who came in second. And they're going to think Amber and going to be like, well, what happened to her? Was she really competing? And there's your target. Unfortunately, I'm starting to think more that Amber may end up being one of the first to go out. Depending on how this whole Battle of the Block situation comes in. Speaking of which, when they came back after the break, they revealed to Frankie the whole 2 HOH twist. They basically said that there will be the next 8 will be coming in, and they will be competing for an HOH themselves. And it will be 2 HOHs. She also said that by the end of the week, there'll only be 1 HOH left standing. Which is what we were thinking. The 2 HOHs are going to battle in the Battle of the Block. Winner gets to keep HOH. The loser is vulnerable for eviction. But they don't know that. They didn't even say anything about the Battle of the Block. They won't know about it probably until tomorrow. Which is making them freaking scared. They freak the hell out. It's fantastic. I love the paranoia. I love the freaking out. Especially being somebody who's in the video game industry, you're under a lot of NDAs. You're not allowed to say anything. But it's so gratifying when you're seeing the forum posts and you're seeing the comments on people talking about your game, and you see them predicting stuff and saying stuff, and you're just sitting there like, hee, I know something you don't know, I know something you don't know. And then they find out, and it's awesome. That's how I feel, and a lot of people feel right now, is that you're seeing their reaction of first finding out. And they're freaking out just knowing what they know. And we actually know more than them. And we're like, oh, you have no idea what's in store for you. So it'll be really interesting to see. Julie also introduced the next twist, which is Team America. America! Fuck yeah! I need to stop saying that. Anyway. The America's Vote twist. But she didn't give a reveal of who won. But she revealed what it was about, though. Remember, the question she asked that was on the poll was, which of the house guests, based on their first impressions, would you like to have an alliance with? She revealed that the vote will happen for the next 2 weeks still, to give a total of 3 winners. Tomorrow we find out the first person. Next week we'll find out a second. And the week after we'll find out a third. They will become a secret alliance. Yes, a secret alliance forced by us. And we got to send them on missions and to do certain things in the house to shake things up. So that's what this whole twist is about. We're literally making an alliance here. We're forcing an alliance, which is pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty cool thing, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty sure Frankie's going to be on it, but I'm glad that they're adding more people to it. So we may see Frankie, I can see Frankie, Donny, and Joey. Or Christine. That'll be really interesting to see that those meshing together, because I already see them as some of the favorites. Or even Devin, even. It'll be interesting to see those, because those are, like, probably some of the house guest favorites. And it's going to be really cool to see what they have. So, that is that. So, that's just a quick recap on what happened this week on this first episode of Big Brother. Again, here's a little graphic just to show the alliances I was talking about. Again, you have the Crazy Eights. You have the Double Ds, as a lot of people are calling it, with Devin and Donny. And you also have the El Cuatro alliance with the 4 women in the house. Paola, Nicole, Joey, and Amber. Cody and Frankie don't really have side alliances just yet, or are even looking for one. No showmances yet. And of course, you have the other 8 that will be coming in tomorrow. You'll also have the current stats of the house, which currently just stands at one thing, and that's Frankie as the new HOH. Which was actually okay. Go Frankie! Congratulations. I still don't think he's gonna have the target painted on his back like many people do, mainly because I feel like a lot of people are gonna call out Amber for throwing it because it was so freaking obvious. I hope they call it out, and we'll see that soon enough. Hopefully tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow we'll find out who was the first person voted in the Secret Alliance, and we'll get to see the second group of 8, as well as the second HOH, and probably find out more about this Battle of the Block. Finally, we got to see a little bit of a teaser for tomorrow with the key reveal for the second 8. And it's a key reveal, so nothing really that interesting about the next 8 house guests. Really. Oh well. Jocasta seems a lot more flashy than we thought. She's not really reserved in her whole ministry. She's very out there. She's very outgoing. She may be a bit annoying, actually, so I'm a little bit scared now about her. And it was also revealed that Christine's a nudist. Yep. They show that she wishes that she didn't have to bring any clothes to the house because she loves being naked. What a way to make a first impression. Oh well. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll be back tomorrow with my recap of the second half of the premiere, which is tomorrow, with more information about what's going on with this twist and what's going on with everything, really. This is going to be a crazy summer. We already see the paranoia starting. But make sure that you're following me on Facebook, Twitter, and on Tumblr, where I will be showing off more about the show. Basically keeping update with the updates that it may have. Little bit of change to the podcast that I've been announcing. I'm going to be posting the link to the podcast in my Tumblr feed, and I will talk more about that once, again, details come in. There was a little bit of change in what I'm going to be doing with that. So keep an eye out for that. And other than that, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you're getting all my videos. The live feeds start tomorrow night, so expect a little bit of spoiler videos coming in. I will put those in a separate playlist. I will have a tag at the top of the video that says spoiler. In fact, at the start of the video, saying this is a spoiler video for the live feeds. So if you do not want to watch those spoiler videos, just make sure that you check for that disclaimer before I give any spoilers. Of course, this recap is assuming that you've already watched the episode. Again, the live feeds are a bit ahead of the show we see on CBS, so we may even know who wins what by the time the show itself airs. So anyway, make sure you subscribe to get all the videos you need, and that's it for me. Hope you had a fantastic Big Brother premiere, and I will see you later.